Well, what was your general assessment of I guess, how the line played Sunday against Tampa Bay?
No, not good enough. We had a stretch in the middle part of the game where it was okay, but felt like some of the run game was there and really didn't get to it. But protection-wise, not good enough.
Some big breakdowns that you hadn't seen in previous weeks?
No, we kind of have a motto here: don't make things up, do right, stay right, continue just down after down, and we really kind of got away from that.
Pete mentioned specifically some of the line stunts that they ran. What did you see?
Getting out of square, really kind of looked like young guys, to be quite honest with you. And the weeks prior to that had handled it beautifully. So it's kind of go back, refocus on those issues, and just get it right.
What went into the decision to start Bradley over
Competition, yeah. It's always competition.
Is it curious to you why you have a game that's go like that with young guys?
Yeah, I mean it's disappointing because you're kind of on this trajectory, to get right and consistent, and then to have that happen. So we all take it very personal, and we got to get right, and that's really the only way to do it.
You mentioned that trajectory. Does what's happened the past few weeks give you confidence that this Sunday can clean up?
Absolutely. And the group coming in here this weekend is a fine defense, so you really have no choice but to get yourself straight.
What was the plan going into the Tampa game with Sal and Gilliam, and then what changed?
Nothing really, just about competing, and that's the way it worked out. And Brad was really kind of hooked up, doing fine.
Brad said he hasn't played the right situation during the season, so how has the switch gone from chasing the footing, those sort of things that go into it?
Probably the injury that he had with the knee was a bit of a blessing, and that it gave us some extended time to train him and get more reps at it. Had we forced it and he played earlier, may not have been quite as ready.
What did you think of George, and then kind of sticking with him for now at that spot? Or?
Oh yeah, early it was obvious. You're really out of whack. We wanted to find out what the edge rush would be, and of course the second play of the game, he pivots on his set and gives up a sack. And so, for a young guy, now he's got to settle down and kind of go back to his fundamentals, and kind of struggled there early. And then he had a nice stretch, kind of like everybody.
What does he like about Brad's game?
I think you see in that game his physicalness, his strength, obviously his length and size, all those things, they kind of fit for what we're trying to do. And it was pretty obvious right when he went in that, it was a good thing.
Tom, you guys have been obviously making some good progress along the line the last few weeks. How much of a cause of concern is this for you as a step back, or do you see it as an aberration, or how do you view a game like that?
I see it as a bad night, at the ball game, and don't like it, don't want it. We're working on it. But do I worry about it? No. Do I think we'll continue to move forward? Absolutely.
Russell's able to do running the ball. How much can that help you guys going forward now that he's shown that?
I don't think there's any doubt. We've been missing that element as we spoke, pretty much all year. But to see that starting to come back into play, I think is a good thing.
Sunday was how would you assess what the defense
we talked early about the inconsistency, and then we went along and had two really good football games for a young guy, and who he was playing against, Fletcher Cox and people like that, Alan Branch, and then this matchup was going to be very similar to that, and he really didn't answer it. So he knows what he's got to do and how to fix it, and that's where we go.
You mentioned that Brad's injury gave you a chance to kind of take some time to train him there at right tackle. When was the decision made to start looking at him there at right tackle?
I think with George's movement, and his consistent improvement from week to week, and as you know, everything in this program is about competition, and you're just trying to find the best 5 guys to get on the field.
How did Joey Hunt play, and how did you feel like that?
He was good. He was solid. He was, he and Mark, I thought, did a lot of really good things. So feel good about both of them. It's a real good feeling to know that you got a backup center you can put in the game, and he called the box, handled it beautifully.
In the spring, I know you thought Gary had a chance to start at left tackle. What kind of hasn't gone his way, or what does he need to do to
I think if you remember back in camp, he had a little bit of a knee issue, and so that kind of retarded that thought, and you really don't have time to wait on that at that time, so it never came to fruition.
How do you make him more physical? You mentioned the physicality aspect of things.
Well, I think that's this game at this level. I think to play on the line of scrimmage at this level, that has to be part of your makeup. And so we continue to stress that to him and work with him on it. And, obviously for every guy and everyone involved, it's up to you to do what's asked of you and to do it the best you can.
What's different between there and
Just a level of consistency, absolutely.
Starting Brad at right tackle, is that sort of how you want to go the rest of the year, or is that still a week-to-week thing? Or?
We compete here.
else, guys?
All right.